Hey guys, it's me, it's Cody, and welcome to my first video. Today I thought I would just show you this little Homelite chainsaw I picked it up from a friend about a month ago. Earlier I couldn't get it running because I didn't have the right carburetor, and to buy a new one it would cost over $100. Luckily I had another guy who found one and I bought it off of for cheap. I mean, the guy gave me this chainsaw for free. So the only thing I paid for was this carburetor. I only paid like maybe $5-10 for it because he didn't need it anymore. Yeah, so I restored it. Now there isn't an air filter on it right now because the guy who I got it from didn't have one. Also, I'm probably gonna need a new grommet right there, like where there's hot glue right there, because that's just kind of a crude setup because there wasn't one there to seal the fuel so it doesn't leak all over the place. Yeah, but yeah, it works just fine. I also had to fix the ignition system. And also when I first got it, it was seized, so I just went through the regular process, turning it up, pouring oil into taking the spark plug out, pouring oil into the cylinder, and then waiting, and then slowly turning it over with the ratchet tool. But I got it restored. I can hear somebody in the background using a chainsaw. Currently there's no blade on it, just for safety purposes, considering you're working on a chainsaw, you don't know if it's going to go out of control, so I thought just for now, I'm just gonna keep the blade off. Eventually I might end up cutting wood with it, if I can find an air filter or something. Yeah, so I thought I would show you it running, so stay tuned. Alright, so I'm back, and now I'm just gonna start this thing up. I just had it running about an hour ago, so this is going to be more of a cold start. Also, that motor in the background actually turned out to be a string trimmer, so that's not going to work. So yeah, so it has all the I mean, this is like I don't know, like 1965 to 1975 Homelite chainsaw Super XL. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably backwards. But yeah, I thought I would just show you it working. Yeah, so I'm gonna just wear ear protection just for the safety of my ears, because this thing's muffler doesn't really do a good job of muffling any sound. So yeah, I'll show you how it works. So yeah, there's it running. Now, hang on, let me just lower the camera. Now the clutch at the moment is spinning like crazy because there's no chain on it. But currently, this thing does work, considering it's like 40 to 50 years old. It still runs like a charm. When I got it, I had to tune the idle screws a little bit. You know, the fuel adjustment screws for the high and low. And also there's a pile of oil on the ground because it has automatic and manual oiling. That's what this little knobby piece is for. So it has an automatic oiler, like modern ones do, like steel chainsaws do. But this one I like because if you're cutting through something really, really thick, like a big piece of wood, and starts bogging down, then you just press that a few times, and it should lubricate the chain a lot better and allow it to run a lot better. So that's one feature I really like about it. Now this thing is not super efficient with gas. Like, this thing was full when I first started. It might be running a little rich, but it probably just burned through about half a liter there, or not, maybe a quarter of a liter. But this thing does not screw around to fuel, and also you have to run it at a bit of a heavier oil mixture, just because it's an old chainsaw. I mean, back in the day, there was you couldn't really buy two-stroke oil. What they would recommend, and it says on the fuel cap here, it says to mix half a pint of 10W30 oil with 1 gallon of gas, so meaning you'd put car oil in here instead of two-stroke oil, because at the time it didn't have any. Now at this point in time, if you were, now in the modern time we do ratio of gas to oil. Now most chainsaws and other two-stroke engines generally use about a 50-to-1. Just because this one's old, I'm using a 32-to-1 mixture. Now if you were mixing according to this fuel cap, you would be mixing at about 16-to-1, and you don't really want to be doing that with modern two-stroke oil, but that's just because 10W30 doesn't have as good lubricating qualities as modern two-stroke oil. But yeah, it runs great. Maybe in the future I'll show you cutting wood after I do a bit more work. Maybe if I get air filter for it. So yeah, I'll see you later. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later.